Your upbringing, your mom and dad, your society, the way you were raised, it hit it better than mine. You weren't the only black kid, or there was like five in a school. I can't hide. Going through buds, I was the only black kid. You can't hide. But I started realizing just because I look different than you, a lot of you motherfuckers can't hide either. So it started giving me courage through watching people that we all have a story. We all have a jacked up life in one way or another. Some of us don't have the guts to talk about it though. And that's where I found the guts to talk about mine.
He was born a slave, beaten, powerless. Yet Epictetus became history's most unshackled mind. His secret? Freedom is not given. It is stolen through ruthless self-mastery. And in a world filled with fake influencers and fragile egos, his rules become your atomic weapon for inner strength. Your mind is your master. When did you forget? Epictetus did not waste energy cursing his chains. He rewired his brain. He taught, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Sound familiar? This idea echoes throughout time. Admiral James Stockdale, a prisoner of war in Vietnam for 7 brutal years, survived by living these Stoic principles. He kept repeating the teachings of Epictetus.
And we were at a U.S. Naval Institute event and, ended up around the pool and really talking about life. And believe me, I was completely in the receive mode. I was perhaps a lieutenant commander. I was a very young officer in awe of Admiral Stockdale. And what really struck me about him are the things that always struck people about James Stockdale, which is to the title of this podcast, his knowledge of Greece and Greeks and Greek philosophy, and in particular Stoicism, and the way that he was able to carry that with him as he was in effect parachuting into the Hanoi Hilton. And the easy way he carried his stardom, if you will, the kindness he showed to his wife, to my wife. He was an exemplar in so many different dimensions.
You can always control your mind, even in hell. But let us get raw for a moment. What is your excuse? A toxic boss? A string of bad luck? Childhood trauma? What is truly holding you back? Is it fear? Your circumstances? Or is it simply laziness? It is easy to blame the outside world. But Stoicism teaches that blaming others is the first step to slavery, mental slavery. Epictetus was literally in chains, but mentally he was freer than most of us today. Epictetus's ultimate mental hack was simple, yet transformative. Divide life into 2 columns, what you can control and what you cannot. In the first column are your effort, your ethics, your attitude, your focus. In the second, everything else, opinions of others, outcomes you hoped for, and the past. Modern Stoic thinkers like Ryan Holiday put it like this: Epictetus's formula crushes anxiety. Do not fight hurricanes. Build better shelters. Test this idea in real life. Is your anger about politics, pandemics, or online haters in column 1 or column 2? Exactly. Let it go. When you realize how much you are trying to control the uncontrollable, you understand why peace keeps slipping through your fingers. The real strength lies not in trying to change the world, but in mastering how you respond to it. Epictetus did not just endure hardship, he craved it. Difficulties revealed genius, he wrote. This is the mindset of modern warriors, like David Goggins, who famously said, "You are not unlucky, you are untested. Pain is your proving ground." It is not about romanticizing suffering. It is about recognizing that the obstacle is the way. Your challenge is not a curse. It is an invitation to rise. Think about it. When was the last time you actually welcomed discomfort? Or did you retreat at the first sign of pain? Your so-called mental health day might actually be your downfall if it is only used to avoid growth. Epictetus's students trained in poverty, in discomfort, and even in public ridicule. Why? To build anti-fragility, to become stronger, not softer. So here's the challenge. Will you embrace one challenge today? Step into the discomfort. Build your resilience muscle. For Epictetus, every insult, Every setback, every little annoyance was not a burden. It was a training drill. Imagine applying this mindset in your own life. Your loud coworker, training. That driver who cut you off, training. The internet going down when you needed it most, training. Modern leaders like Jocko Willink echo this approach. He might say Epictetus would dominate LinkedIn, post less, train more. This is your homework. For the next 24 hours, reframe every irritation as practice. Stubbed your toe? Thank you, universe, for the focus drill. Someone gave you a rude comment? Emotional armor unlocked, because freedom is not free. It is forged, one response at a time. Rome tried to break Epictetus. They failed. Instead, he built a philosophy that outlived the empire itself. Now it is your turn. Smash that like button. Subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. And remember this always. No one is free who obeys their weaknesses.